Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We have an unboxing today of the unexpected arrival via a buddy. This is Buddy unboxing of Decisive Victory 1918 Soissons, July 18th to 23rd. This is a design by Tim Gale. Additional design and development by Serge Betancourt, and this is from Legion Wargames. Looks like a 2020 release. It is in what looks like an inch and a quarter box, inch and a half box, something like that. Full color box. Box looks nice. Let's open her up and take a look at the components. Now, I don't have a lot of Legion War games, but the ones I have, I am pretty impressed by. Certainly by their component quality. And I've heard good things about this specifically. All right, so box. Pretty standard box. Again, an inch and a half, inch and a quarter, something like that. We have a bag with a small number of baggies and a die. We have, okay, let's take a look in an organized way. We have, looks like an errata sheet, a little half-page errata sheet. Here are the Soissons rules of play, Decisive Battles 1918, which looks like the start of a series. It says Legion Wargames 2021. All right, we have a fat-feeling 32-page rule book. This is on glossy paper, relatively large, not super large print, but relatively large. It looks like it's got a decent number of illustrations. It's full color. The rules density here looks to be on the high side. So I'd say there isn't a strict relationship between rules length and rules complexity, but there is a relationship. This looks moderate complexity, I would say. We'll see if the box says anything. And then here's a playbook, which looks like it's 24 pages. Indeed it is. Again, full color on a glossy stock, relatively big print. We have some player tips. Did I miss designer's notes? No, those are right here, which is great. Always want to see designer's notes. The designer's notes, when well done, will give you valuable insight as to what the designer was trying to do with the design. Developer's notes as well. And succinct bibliography. That's interesting, okay. Looks like at a glance anyway, it looks like a relatively modern selection of workbooks too, which is probably good. Okay. Large example of play. Always not even optional. That's a mandatory inclusion in my opinion. All right, we have 2 counter sheets. So, these look like 5/8 inch counters to me on a moderately thick white core stock. And they're sort of opposed up and down counters, if you will, which makes it bad to look at from a particular point of view. But I've seen a lot of publishers a few publishers do that. Against the Odds does it too. Depending on counter format, it can help to reduce issues with registration. I certainly do not see any issues with registration on these, and they look nice. They're white core, but they're pretty thick. Not super duper thick, but they're fairly thick. They feel about as thick as the current range of MMP white core counters. All right, we have some player aids, and then we'll look at the map. So we have a TEC and a blank on the other side. We have Victory and Miscellaneous, blank on the other side. Combat and Bombardment. Now, this is double-sided with Assault Resolution. What's the scale here, I wonder? Does it say that on the counters? I didn't see it. Doesn't mean it's not there. Okay, and then we have another Combat and Bombardment. Here's a combat procedure and supply and fallback reference. A sequence of play. Looks like a somewhat involved sequence of play. And more sequence of play. Let's take a quick look at the counters. Wonder what the scale is here. Doesn't say. I'm going to guess I have a hunch it's battalion. Well, I don't see it. Let's see if it says it on the box in a moment. Like I said, I have a hunch it's battalions. It's basically a German army against a French army. So, all right. So here we have the paper map. There are folks who really strongly prefer mounted maps. I am not one of those people. I am not strongly inclined either way. I am perfectly happy with... There are certainly advantages and disadvantages to both. Let me put it that way. But here we have a fairly attractive, but also maybe somewhat dated-looking map. I'm guessing this is a mile or two per hex, something like that. Large hexes, larger than the counters. The hexes are oversized. And it's about 3/4 the size of a standard Wargame map sheet. Maybe even slightly smaller than that. Not an unattractive map at all. The counters are quite attractive. The map is attractive, but like I said, it's done in a style that I think some folks would call dated. It is a style that I would have no personal objection to whatsoever. So... let's see if we can efficiently get it all back in the box. The unit size in this, as the back of the box tells us, by the way, is divisions and regiments. So I think the units I was looking at were probably regiments. Number of players, 2. Game complexity, medium, which is what it looks like to me. Solitaire suitability, medium, high. I wonder if this is chit pull. I don't know anything about this. I have not looked at this thing at all. So let's put this back in the box. As I have come to expect from Legion games, like I said, or Legion Wargames, I should say, I don't have a ton of games of theirs, but the ones I have, I've been very pleased with. Either, at least the component quality, and the others I have are the Target for Today and Target for Tonight, which I'm very happy with as games. So, interesting topic, and that is a topic that for World War I can be really interesting, depending on exactly where and when the action of the game occurs. This is a very interesting looking game. So check it out on Legion Wargames website if you are interested. This was, like I said, a friend of mine lent this to me for unboxing. This is not a paid endorsement, but it does look like an interesting game. So if you found this useful at all, please give the video a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do check out the links to the merch store and the Ko-Fi and the Patreon if you're inclined to help support Ardwulf's Lair and everything that we do here. I would like to thank you once again for watching, and until next time, happy wargaming.